Scott to her.
Okay, can I talk now?
Yes.
Yeah, fair.
Now, let me just say, Gail, thank you for, it's funny because I've done, this is version 4, because we keep having new members, but it's getting better and better. So let me just say that service is amazing because you're essentially seeing things that people value in society have a paycheck. Things where you don't have a paycheck, but you end up committing to, you see value in when it's not considered valuable yet by society. So it's thinking about outside of the box, about where we're going as a society, what we need as a community. And so that's commendable that you see value ahead of the common herd. And when I think about that, it's like the analogy I think about is like creating a rock band in a garage or a personal computer. Nobody was like, oh, we're hiring to create the first personal computer. No, you're doing something that nobody recognizes as actually a need or shoes that are worth filling. And you're seeing something that people don't. And so it takes kind of foresight and sensitivity to the needs of the community. So commend you for that. And then the other thing is that you're not just sort of like, oh, I have an idea. Wouldn't it be nice if we helped healthcare tackle smoking? You're actually committing a year to this, which is beyond what most any volunteers do. So volunteers are a small percent of the population. People who actually commit to service for full-time are even more exceptional. So thank you on both accounts for your forward-thinkingness and for your commitment to your ideals in a real way. So the training you get is in motivational interviewing, and it is a way of being with people. So it's not a trick that you can pull out when you meet with a smoker. It is an approach to human interaction. It's like in healthcare, we're fixated on finding problems and telling people to solve what they need to do to solve them. What's that?
Telling them how to fix it.
Yeah, so we are the experts and they are the receptacle of our knowledge. What?
The vestibule.
Okay, you don't get to speak. She can. Vestibule is like a waiting area. It's like a room. It's not a vestibule. It's like a vessel. Vestibule. Anyway, so the idea is that when I'm in a room with a patient, I might not follow the 4 processes you'll learn about, but I'm thinking this person will not appreciate if in this encounter they feel forced. And so their participation is really important. Or this person is not going to be receptive to what I have to share unless I find out what they know first. Or this person doesn't need an answer from me, but needs me to be listening to hear what they have to say. And so that is not just a coach for tobacco cessation, it's a way of being with people. It's seeing strength instead of deficit and seeing kind of the other person's goals as your priority and you as a servant to help them. So it's phenomenally life-changing if you're going into healthcare, if you're in healthcare, and if you are interacting with human beings, period. And that's the skill you become expert in and the skill you can train others in with the program. So, so the reason why the training is going to be so extensive is that for that one reason that you're going to be highly skilled in it and you're going to be able to train others in it. And the third reason is that you're coming into healthcare as a layperson, which the people you're working with have had 12 years of credentialed training, and their MD gives them license to work with patients. For us to go in there and have that same sort of ability to work on a team, we have this high level of training to confer credibility on you so that we are accepted into the healthcare team. So why tobacco use is a focus? Motivational interviewing works across a range of behaviors. The reason is we have, in my practice and in the local area, 40% tobacco use rate, double the national average. Motivational interviewing has its biggest impact in for healthcare in tobacco cessation. And you can walk away from a positive outcome and say 10 more years of life. I don't know if this person is a mechanic, if they're retired, if they're a mother of children. I don't know what they're going to do with their 10 years, but I just helped give them 10 years of whatever it is their life means for them. So it's enormously rewarding, and it's enormously, the impact is way outsized by the time that you put in to that one conversation. And so if I look at a clinic day, it's filled with referrals and preventive services. The highlight is if somebody comes back to me and says, I quit smoking. It's like, oh my God. Because it wasn't like we did a colonoscopy and maybe they would have gotten colon cancer and maybe that this caught it. It was, we did something that will add 10 years to your life, that will lead you to not be in the hospital when you otherwise would have. So it's an amazing experience for a doctor, but it's only 1% of the day. It's going to be your bread and butter day in and day out. It's going to be euphoric. And then, so the context that you guys are coming into is burnout. This is the wasteland. Doctors have come into healthcare to help people. In Ohio, we added 800,000 people to our Medicaid rolls with the Affordable Care Act. We didn't add one more physician position. We have like a shortage of 26,000 primary care physicians in the country. We have a payment system that requires multiple boxes be checked for each patient, and auditing occurs, and your payment is your salary gets a deduction if you didn't document the 5 components of a history. So we have enormous pressure. Every single second in our visit is spoken for to do something that someone's going to audit. And you're coming in there with this passion to help people, and you're basically told, here's your script, say it over and over again. So there's a high level of burnout and a high level of change fatigue. And we are coming into this environment of burnout and change fatigue and depersonalization from work. And this is where our magic and our challenge is, because every intervention like this comes across as, oh, you want me to do this now? Like my 15 minutes doesn't have enough things you want me to do. You want me to add this. So that the magic will be that we go into a practice and we say, we cannot do this without you. You are extraordinarily important. Your patients have a lot of respect for you. If I go in the room and try to coach a patient to quit smoking, they're going to ask me, who are you? I'm here to see Dr. Cohen. So our role is going to be as a gift to the provider, as a alleviation of all of the things they have to do, and a feeling of value in the work they're doing. So I walked away. I talked to patients about smoking. Now, I don't have a coach right now. I am giving out patches and gum like crazy. So I'm sort of stuck on stupid. I'm still doing it. And they're walking away with patches and gum, and they're like, thanks. And when I've looked at my data, it doesn't really show a great decrease in smoking. When I have a coach with me, I have a 40% quit rate. So it isn't enough for me to hand out patches and gum. And that reflects, that is a feeling of frustration. So if we come in there as this relief and this connection to why they went into medicine and this ability to provide the kind of care that they want, even if they aren't the ones doing it, we can have an amazing uptake. If we are seen as another thing I have to do, then we face a challenge. So that is that's the picture ahead. My goal as a program director is essentially to say, you are boots on the ground, you are energy, idealism, and enthusiasm, and skill and talent that this hospital did not have before you started. And this hospital is a way of doing things that doesn't include you. How can I allow an environment for your creativity to flourish? So where is a frustration? Where is someone not getting this? Where is the hang up? And how can I alleviate it? It's not so much telling you what to do, because I'm fully confident from what I've seen from this group that you have the creativity and energy to find the solution and to make it work. It's helping you, it's helping with barriers that can inhibit your energy and creativity. So my last thing is I just met with like the chief medical officers around the hospital, because I sort of said, hey, this program has reached all that I can do as its advocate. It's a local thing at at one medical center. We have 17 medical centers. We reached 1,000 patients last year. We have 70,000 smokers. The program is great, but it hasn't really had its full uptake by this hospital. And Serve Ohio is at the point of frustration. We're at the end of a 3-year trial, and I don't really think that they'll allow us to keep going if we can't prove to them that the hospital has bought in. And so around the table, these chief medical officers said, we're going to make this work. We're going to do this. And that was this morning, so I'm a little bit of a high. So it's a very exciting time to be joining the program, and thank you. Okay. It's always awkward when it's like a one-person speech.
I
It's
just take
like-
notes every time.